Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. If you haven't been here before, maybe this will pique your interest. Today I'm going to attempt to install this garage door opener. It's part of a smart home kit. It was really cheap and it's for the garage door. So it apparently is going to tell me if the garage door is open, if it's closed, and I'll just be able to say, hey Google, close my garage door, or hey Google, open my garage door. So really excited to give this a shot.
Looks like that device hasn't been set up yet. You can do that in Assistant Settings.
Apparently you can't say either. Things don't always go as planned around here, so this is kind of a crapshoot. So we'll see if we can get this set up. My garage door opener is probably, I don't know, got to be close to 10 years old. Apparently it's compatible with this kit, so let's give it a shot and see what happens. All right, so let's get up this ladder here and I'll show you guys the garage door opener. So here it is. So it's an old, really old Craftsman. Now the instructions say that if you do have a purple button, you probably cannot program this kit to it, but what I have found out is if you can jump these two wires right here with a small jumper like this, and your garage door opener works and closes and stops, because these are the cables here that actually go over to the little control that's on the wall. So if you jump these two and it works, here, let's see if I can show you guys. If you can jump these guys like so, and the garage door opens, and then we can jump it again like so, and the garage door opens and closes. We should be good to set up this unit. So even though I have the purple button and the instructions say the purple button may not work, this is going to work because of this. So that's a really easy way of finding out whether it's going to work or not. So why don't I get down there? I'll open it up and we'll take a look. All right, so here's our little kit. Looks fairly simple, I think. So we have smart garage install instructions. This is the little book for compatibility, so it gives you all the compatible models and the ones that are non-compatible. And here we have, so this is the control unit here. As you can see, it's USB operated. It comes with the door sensor that tells you whether the door, well, it tells the unit whether the door is up or down. So this goes to the garage door, glues to the garage door. It comes with the little Velcro pad, little sticky guy. It also comes with a really fancy little USB adapter. So I'm going to plug this into the plug right next to the garage door opener. Alright, so first thing we're going to do, this one's going to be stuck to here like so. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be screwing this in or taping it. Looks like I'm going to be taping it. So we're going to clean up the back here with a little bit of brake parts cleaner. To make sure there's no oils and stuff. Now brake parts cleaner can melt plastic, so we got to be careful. Alright, that's nice and clean. We're going to do the same thing with the door sensor right here. The door sensor is going to be using these Velcro guys right here, so get that taped on there like so. This one's going to go on the door. And we'll peel the one side of this 3M. We're going to attach that to here, like so. So like I may or may not be sticking this. I'd probably tie wrap it. We'll see what happens right in a second. All right, these are the tips that are going to be pressed in to where the actual button goes, the little wires I showed you guys. So I'm just going to strip these back a little bit more so I have a bit more wire. All right, so let's mount this thing onto the garage door. We want it to be the upper panel. I think this thing right here will be a good spot. Seems like it's out of the way. So I'm going to stick it to this. And then we're going to make sure that it's facing up. Check. All right, so here's the USB adapter. That'll plug in right there. All right, so we got the red that's going to go into the red, which is the power. I'm just going to wrap these two guys together. This is the actual door opener button or switch. That one's installed, and we're going to do the same thing with the other one. All right, those two are installed. So now we just got to find where we're going to mount this. Guess I could stick it to the roof there. Or over here, and then plug it in here. Let's see if it'll stick. Well, we may be in business. And then we're going to plug the USB in here like so. All right. Now apparently we have to download an app. So let's do that. All right, I have honestly been playing with this app for, this is 15 minutes now, 20 minutes. I don't understand. This is very difficult. I'm going to figure this out and I'm going to show you guys. So give me another half an hour maybe. I'm about to lose my mind with this thing. After the app telling me your door's closed, your door's closed, your door's closed, nowhere in the instructions did I read that in the back of the up and down sensor, you must remove this thing for the battery. Oh, look, there's a light now. Huh, how convenient. All right, folks, we got this figured out. I'm going to walk you through this app. This just took me probably an hour to figure it out, how to load the app properly, how to get it hooked up to my Google Home. So I'm going to show you my phone screen. I'm going to tell you what ended up happening with that sensor. And wow. But it works, and it works pretty well. All right, let me start by showing you what I did here. So I have the red wire from the unit because I mounted it right here. I have the red wire from the unit coming all the way down. And it goes into the red on my door opener side right here. This is the door opener. And then the black goes on to the opposite side. So I push those inside of there. Now this unit here, you're going to notice right here, when you first plug it in, it's going to be blinking fast. So I had no luck setting it up automatically. So this is what I had to do. I had to push and hold it for 8 seconds until it blinks slow. Hang on, let's try this again. All right, so if you look now, I don't know if you guys can see that or not, we have some slow flashing every 2 seconds. And now we're going to go to the app and I'll show you what I downloaded. All right, so this is the pretty cool part. So right in the instruction sheet, you'll see it has the two apps, the Tua Smart. You can download either or. or it has the smart life. Now, in this part of the video, I'm going to show you I'm loading the Tua Smart, and it's going to be the same process for the Smart Light. Now, unfortunately, this app I could not get it to work, but I'll just show you how simple it was to load it. I just clicked on it, double click to install, and it started to install. Now, this is fast forwarded like 500 times. My internet's not that fast, so. And then we went ahead, we opened it. And like I mentioned, the app you're about to see coming up there is not the one that I actually use. This is the Tua Smart. This one didn't work, so of course you got to go ahead. You got to register with your email address, and it's going to ask you for a password. And what it's going to do, it's going to send a verification code to your email. And once you get that verification code, you're going to enter it right there. It's going to ask you to set a password for the app. And you go ahead, you set your password, and you're in. It's going to take you straight to the app. Now here you're going to notice it's asking you, would you like to find your device on a local network? So it's going to ask a whole bunch of questions. If you don't answer okay, allow, okay, it's not going to connect properly, so just make sure you do that. And we're going to head over to the other app right now, and I'll show you that one. The one that actually worked for me. All right, so here we are. We're opening the Smart Life app. This is the one I downloaded the second time because the only way I was get it to work. And we clicked on Add Device. And we're scrolling down until you find the garage doors. And I clicked on the garage door opener with Wi-Fi. Now, so here it's going to ask you to enter your actual network. So you see mine is PPHN. And once we enter the network, it's going to ask you for your password. Here it's going to make sure you want to reset the device first, but we've already done that because it's slow blinking. Now up here, this is the important part. See where it said easy mode there? And then I had to go down to AP mode to manually enter it, because the easy mode is the actual section where it tries to find it all by itself, but I couldn't do it. And after we click next, we're going to connect to the Smart Life XXXX. Because it's going to use the wired device that we just put in as a hotspot. So now we're in our Wi-Fi settings. You notice I'm hooked up to my home network there, PPHN. So I'm going to click on the Smart Life 0846, and it's going to connect to this network here. Now, here's a really important thing to note. If you notice, it just went no internet connection, and that's because it's not connected to the internet. We're just connecting it to our phone. And this was the tricky part. If you notice up in the top right-hand corner next to the battery life, we should see our little Wi-Fi signal, but we don't. It seems to take about 45 seconds to connect. And this caused me a whole bunch of grief because I kept going back to the app and it kept saying not connected. So I just learned to be a little patient, and we had to wait it out 45 seconds, 50 seconds or so until we actually see. There we go. There it is there. So if you notice now, you'll see the little Wi-Fi bars up on the top. So now we are connected to that Smart Life device that I just mounted to the ceiling. We're going to go back to the Smart Life app. And now that it's connected, it's automatically going to start scanning for the device. And it's going to add it all by itself. There we go. So it found it, it added it, garage door, and then it gives me the alarm up on the top, gives you notification that the garage door is closed. So now we know we have connection. So now it goes to the app, shows us that the garage door is closed. To open and close the garage door, down in the bottom there, you're going to see that little switch button. I don't know why it doesn't say open and close, it says switch. Probably translated from another language, but if we click on that little switch button down in the bottom, that's what's going to open and close it. There we go. So clicked on the switch, garage door is now opening. Gives me notification, garage door open. And if we want to close the garage door, we just do the same thing. We click on the switch button again, and garage door is closing. Really cool, functions really well. Like I said, it took me a little bit to figure out how to get it to connect to the phone. There's our notification again, garage door shut. That's perfect. Now I also added this to my Google Home, and that was also fairly simple. So over here, see that garage door? Click on it, there it is. And this is within the app. So you're going to go over to the side, we're going to click on linked with Google Assistant. And once we've done that, it automatically links it. So now when we go over here to our Google Home, and we look down here, you see, scroll down, linked to you, one device down in the bottom there, it says garage door. So now we can actually talk to our Google Home devices, and we can ask our Google Assistant to open or close our garage door. So you can see it's linked. Now this is cool. Hey Google, open garage door.
Can I have your PIN? Sure, opening the garage door.
And I get a notification on the phone that the garage door is open. Again. Hey Google, please close my garage door.
Okay, closing the garage door.
Garage door is shut. So the only thing I haven't had any real luck with currently is trying to add it to my home so that I can say, hey, open my garage door. Because when I'm in the vehicle, it'd be nice to just click the phone and say, hey, open the garage door. And she would open the garage door. But right now, all she says is, hey Siri, open the garage door.
Sorry, I couldn't find anything like that in your home.
And I have tried everything to add it to my home app and haven't been successful yet. There is in the app for the, like in the smart app, there is actually a little setting where you can add it to Alexa. So if you have the Alexa, that apparently is going to work really well, but Siri, just haven't found that yet. So that's it, guys. That's pretty well it. When you do ask Google to open the actual door, it's going to ask you for a PIN. The PIN is set inside of the software, inside of the smart home app. If you click on the garage, there is a place there where you can put a 4-digit PIN. So as you saw when I say, hey, open the garage door, it says, may I have your PIN please? Give her the PIN. Boom, garage door is open. So installation, 8 minutes. App and programming, an hour and a half. But it works, and I'm pleased. So hope you guys learned a little something on how to set up this automated little home kit. If you're interested in what brand it is and stuff like that, hit me up with a comment, and I can share the link of where I bought it on Amazon. So far so good, I'm pretty pleased, and hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if I helped you a little bit there, and hit the notification, and really appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, drop them down below. I'll see if I can answer them. See you guys next time.